Welcome to part 8 of our road to the inspection. Today we had the mock inspection and Gero was the inspector. He played that role for our presentations, which we had this morning. And so I sat down with him to ask him about his impressions, what we prepared, how we prepared. He was very enthusiastic about the outcome. He's a very positively minded guy. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy our discussion around everything inspection preparation.
Welcome to part 8. The mock inspection.
So Gero, we meet again, this time around after the mock inspection. And so I wanted to take the opportunity to get your perspective, since you sort of joined the mock inspection as the inspector, asking the questions, trying to see if you understood everything. So why don't you run us down, first of all, regarding your expectation of how the 3 hours earlier today were going to go, and what went down. So what happened this morning? What did we do?
Okay, so my expectations were basically exactly what also transpired in the end, that you would give the presentation that you had prepared with all the normal inspection information, and I would listen and judge and ask questions. So basically, yes, that is what happened.
Did you enjoy the experience of joining in as a sort of like a third party and being able to try and see if you can poke holes?
Immensely, yes. I mean, it would have been different if I would actually have been a third party, but because I am not, I knew already where your weaknesses were, so I could exactly go for that. So yes, very fun.
Very nice. I also particularly enjoyed that you came in dressed as a suit, all of a sudden, really formal language. So yeah, it was great seeing you play the part, which I think made it easier for everyone else to jump in and also say, hey, we're in an inspection.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
No.
Because I don't know if the actual inspectors will be dressed in suits, probably, but yeah. It wasn't me who was coming there, because I would never wear a suit normally in our normal office work, but it was the inspector coming there, and the inspector is wearing a suit.
I see. Yeah. And so what did you think of from a content perspective? I know we ended up discussing a few things here and there. We talked for about 2.5, almost 3 hours. What was your overall impression from our readiness?
Quite ready. I mean, obviously, as you said, we discussed a lot that would need to be improved. Moving slides, removing stuff, adding stuff, stuff you would need to check until the real presentation, things that were still missing because other departments needed to add things. But overall, readiness is there. And I already mentioned that in a meeting. I wouldn't have had any findings. Of course, lots of recommendations. But again, that's also because I already knew where our weaknesses were. So obviously, yeah, we could definitely improve on that. But well.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that's, I guess, for now, the best outcome we can have. And yeah, I think with the changes implemented from today's discussion, the flow is going to improve quite a bit. That's it. And what I felt for me was going to be the key changer here, because I mean, we have all the information. We don't need to add anything more. It's long enough from my perception. But what really helped me also is seeing where and how you probed questions, so I could move slides up to give more solid introduction. And I think that's what it at the end comes down to. Did you see any other elements which you would see needed more work after that?
I mean, everything was there. As I said, we found some stuff where we could add, but nothing that would require a full complete rebuilding. So you know, overall, it was exactly what I would have expected from what we want to tell the inspectors, what information they would need. I mean, we already had lots of questions, so they will definitely have even more. But yeah, so overall, good experience, and as you said, also a great QC, not only for the slides, but also for our own process on how to present them.
Yeah. We got the inspection agenda, let's say, 2 minutes before the end of the mock inspection, and then we discussed that
I think it was
bit.
12 minutes.
Maybe 12 minutes before the end of the inspection. So from my perspective, everything is pretty much fine in terms of the opening agenda, the first 5 hours on Wednesday in terms of the presentation that we have there.
Yes.
Anything else you saw in there that you felt was noteworthy?
As you said, lots of what we already did, because now we had 3 hours of this presentation. They have 5 hours for basically the same content, but as I said, also more questions, so that's fine. Then, of course, they will look into our actual processes closely. What I saw that it's a lot of vendor management. So how do we qualify? How do we get third parties on board? Which, of course, is important because they probably already know that no sponsor is doing everything themselves.
Correct.
So that's definitely something I didn't think about beforehand, but which makes sense when you actually see it. And then, of course, third day is just wrap up with statistics, some data management, which I've never seen more than 1.5 hours in any audit or inspection. In this case, it's just 1 hour. So what I was expecting, but well.
Yeah.
Second day will definitely be the most interesting, also regarding what they want to hear, because that is actually the qualification and third parties.
I was surprised that they slotted in 3 hours for protocol deviation review. I mean, that and statistics, but no analysis was done yet on the trial because it's still active. The interim analysis is coming up soon. So yeah, I am keen on observing what exactly will happen on those first 3 hours on Friday, and what we will be talking about, and if it'll actually take this much time. But certainly there's some stuff that can be discussed. And if you want to, you can probably also fill the 3 hours.
Exactly. I don't really have a clue what will actually be going to happen during these time slots. I mean, they gave us some topics, but well, do they want to ask more questions? Do they actually want to show us stuff in the systems? Do they want to have presentations? So yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out.
Anything that now, after the mock inspection and in preparation of next Wednesday, you're still going to look at for yourself, for your own role in the inspection next week, or are you all set?
Just getting up to date with what documents are there. I'll be more in the background, providing documents, relaying stuff. So I should, of course, know what we have now collected. But yeah, else nothing big. I'd wager you have more stuff to do.
I think so too, yes. Excellent, Gero. It was fun catching up, and we get to spend a lot of time next week, and I look forward to it.
Me too.
We hope you enjoyed our little discussion between Gero and myself, and we hope it was also informative for you. In case you have additional questions around the upcoming inspection, or any tips or tricks that you would like to leave for us or get to know from us, then leave that as a comment below, and we're very happy to respond.